Hello everyone, welcome back to another movie review. Today I am reviewing one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Actually, it's my favorite slasher movie of all time, and that is John Carpenter's 1978 movie, Halloween. I'm going to be reviewing all the Halloween movies that just include Michael Myers. I'm not going to be talking about that piece of crap number three. It's strictly Michael Myers movies that I will be reviewing on my channel. So, John Carpenter's 1978 movie Halloween is directed by John Carpenter. He did the score, and it was co-written with him and Deborah Hill, who also do the second film as well. And this movie received overwhelmingly positive reviews with critics. It has a 7.8 out of 10 on IMDb, a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 85% on Google. Now, this movie had a $300,000 budget, and it made $70 million at the box office, making it the highest gross independent film ever at that time. Since then, it has been surpassed. But this movie is fantastic. It had, first off, it started off really slow. It didn't get a lot of recognition, and they're about ready to pull this movie from the theaters that it was at. But one weekend, it caught fire, and it just took off, and everybody was talking about this movie and how scary it was, and how scared people were when they were leaving. And this is a classic to this day. 40 years, almost 40 years later, it still holds up, and it is one of the best all-time horror movies, according to critics. Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times named this one of his top 10 films of 1978, and that is high praise coming from him because he's not the biggest fan when it comes to horror movies, and this one really got him, and he loved it. This movie was released on October 25th, 1978, and it stars Donald Pleasance, Jamie Lee Curtis, PJ Souls, and Nancy Keys. And it centers around little Michael Myers. He's 6 years old, and he ends up killing his sister. And he is sent away until he is the age of 21, and then they're going to transfer him. Well, upon getting ready to transfer him, he breaks out and escapes and takes off in a vehicle that was driven by a nurse and his doctor, Dr. Sam Lewis, played by Donald Pleasance. And Donald Pleasance, I love him in this series. He's great in horror movies just in general, but he is fantastic in this movie. I love him in this. He not only is he great in this, but he makes the series to me. He makes the movies. And I love Jamie Lee Curtis. She is a great final girl in this movie. And I love PJ Souls and Nancy Keys as her two best friends. Totally. I love that word when they're saying that, PJ Souls. And she plays one of my favorite characters, Linda Vanderklok. And then, of course, you have Annie Brackett. And then you got Laurie Strode, respectfully, played by the three leading ladies. Now, this movie, since then, it's just blown up, and it's just phenomenal. Many critics credit Psycho, done by Alfred Hitchcock, as inspiration for Halloween. There's some people out there in the horror genre that say that Halloween got it or stole from 1974's Black Christmas. Well, that's just not true. There were slasher movies made way before Black Christmas. Psycho is one of those movies. And I think it draws inspiration not only from Psycho, I think it may take a little from Black Christmas, but not very much. I don't see that whole movie being responsible for Halloween. I credit more Psycho, in my opinion. And in 2006, the United States National Film Registry selected this movie for preservation for being culturally and historically significant. So that's important. How important this movie is to not only critics but fans and our country, and so it's going to be preserved forever. And I love this movie. The gentleman who plays Michael Myers, there's several different people, but the main guy is phenomenal. There was one guy that played Michael for the closet scene, another one for the fall off the balcony, and of course you have the little kid at the beginning of the movie. But I love this Michael Myers. He's so intimidating, and just the heavy breathing, especially towards in the final act when he's standing there getting shot. He's just, he's breathing real heavy and everything, and it's really intimidating. But getting back to the beginning of this movie, he escapes, and for some reason he's able to drive. Don't know how that happens, but throughout this movie there are a few mistakes you can notice, and I'm sure by now you probably know what they are. But if you don't, the one scene where Laurie and Tommy are walking to the Myers house, when you look past them and down the street, you see palm trees. So they're in California. There's another scene where Michael is behind the bushes there, and when Annie goes to check, when she turns around and looks at Laurie, you can see a cloud of smoke go into the scene. Well, that is John Carpenter smoking a cigarette. And when they walk away from that scene, in the background on a porch, you see one of the people who are working on the film on the porch in the shot. And that's just a few, but this movie is phenomenal. My favorite kill, of course, is Bob getting stabbed through the chest, and he's basically just hanging there on the wall. And then Michael cocks his head and just looks at him. And then a funny part in this movie, which is not really should be funny, but I love it when Michael goes into the bedroom and he has the sheet and Bob's glasses on, and PJ Souls pulls down her sheet and says, "You see anything I like, or see anything you like?" And that's just an awesome line. But I love PJ Souls, not only in this movie, but several others that she did in the early 80s. And even in the 70s, she was in Carrie as well. But I love Laurie Strode. I love the character. I love all these characters. And this movie to this day, the scariest scene that still gives me chills when I watch today, it is after Laurie Strode stabs Michael in the closet there. And she gets out and she's sitting in the doorway, and then all of a sudden you see Michael just come straight up at the waist, and then he turns and looks. That scene right there always gets me. I love that scene. That is the most just awesome scene in the movie. And and then of course the last final shootout with Dr. Loomis and Michael when he falls off the balcony. That's just phenomenal. And I really wish I had the 2 disc set where as soon as that happens, it goes right into part 2. It shows Dr. Loomis coming out of the house after he looks out the balcony and Michael's gone. But regardless, this movie is a classic. It will ever be one of the movies I will always watch during the Halloween season. It does not matter. I will watch it till the day I die. I love this movie. And of course, this movie is going to get a 10 out of 10. I freaking love this movie. It is, in my opinion, the best slasher movie of all time. And yeah, that's pretty much all I really have to say about this classic. So in the comment section below, please tell me, what did you think of this first Halloween movie? Did you like it? Did you think it was okay? Did you think it was great like me, or did you hate it? Let me know in the comment section below. And look forward to some more reviews of these Halloween movies. I will be doing all of them that include Michael Myers, including the remakes. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I will not be doing Halloween 3. So, other than that, I thank you guys for watching this movie review, and I will see you guys next time for Halloween 2. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, and let's talk more movies. I love talking movies and TV shows, so let's chat. Thank you for watching.